I always said the year that I turned 50, I wanted to do like a big physical challenge. I had been going to the gym a lot. There's these couple of women in the gym who do this bodybuilding thing. It's like a subsection of women's bodybuilding called bikini. It's so out of my comfort zone and out of my normal daily routine.
She had to do specific movements, and she had to walk in these enormously high heels and stuff. And I just went, how does anybody do that? That really impressed me. No steroids are involved in the making of the Wonder Woman. She's Wonder Woman because she can do anything. And if I ask her questions, she always seems to have the answer. I mean, I don't care if it's like a friendship thing or a food thing or a travel thing or another country or anything. She always comes up with something. I don't think I've ever heard her say, I don't know.
And I was traveling all over the world. It seemed very glamorous. I'm in Paris, I'm in Santiago, I'm in Mexico City, I'm in Rio de Janeiro, all of these places, going to study about or learn and write articles about construction equipment. And which sounds really great, but at the end of the day, it was a pretty empty existence.
Leslie introduced me in a lot of ways to world travel, and she has been an experienced world traveler for most of her working life, and so we enjoyed a lot of experiences in just around the world, and a lot of those involved food, which informed the convivium experience here for the folks who come in.
We all have to eat, and food nourishes us much beyond our bodies. We sit down, we have a connection with somebody across the table, we can talk, and we can connect. That's just a really great way to connect with people. So we thought, okay, food, we're going to start with that as our premise.
She brought me food. She fed me at her house any number of times, and just was there when well, my husband died, then my dog died, then I got cancer, then I got chemotherapy, then, it was just a whole bunch of things, and she's always been there to kind of cheer me up.
I've volunteered a few places prior to this, but mostly because, somebody asked me to. I never would have sought it out, and now I'm like part of the volunteer world here. A lot of people come here to volunteer.
Very comfortable taking risks because I don't see failure as a failure. I see it as plan A didn't work. And there's the whole rest of the alphabet that we have to go.
Especially when we first started, people thought we were absolutely crazy for doing this, especially in this neighborhood.
Then what we did is we saw that there's a hair salon on the corner of 28th and Jackson, just over here. And we saw that they had this empty backyard. It's an old house that they've converted into a hair salon. So we literally knocked on the door and said, hey, what would you think if your crazy neighbors put a garden in your backyard? And they said, great, we don't have to mow it.
Leslie's just an extremely hard worker. She has great vision. She's had a big impact on this neighborhood and this community so far, and that's extending out now into a couple of other locations around the neighborhood, and hopefully the impact will be felt for generations to come.